We're going to we're going to start now the third chapter of the Chavetz Chaim's work, Tzipisa Yeshua, that we've been going through. And he has been focusing a lot on how important it is that we not give up on Mashiach's coming, but rather anticipate his coming, wait eagerly for his coming. And now he cites a few sayings from the sages, from the Talmud, from the Medrash, about the importance of awaiting Mashiach. He starts off with something that we've mentioned many times. It was probably we mentioned this at the starting point, how the Talmud in Tractate Shabbos, Daf Laban Aleph, page 31, says that when after a person finishes their time here on earth, and they stand before the heavenly tribunal, they're going to ask them the question of Tzipisa Yeshua. Have you awaited the salvation, meaning the coming of Mashiach? That's going to be a question that we're going to be asked. And therefore, that clearly shows us how important it is that we await his coming. And then the Chavetz Chaim says, "Makadosh Baruch Hu Misraim al ha'adam k'she'ena mechaka l'malchusai." The Rebbeinu Shalom complains, so to speak, against a person, and that person does not await for his interesting word that the Chavetz Chaim used, malchusai, for his kingdom, for the point of time where everyone will recognize that Hashem is the ultimate ruler, ultimate control over the world, and his malchus, Hashem's kingdom, will become revealed when Mashiach comes, because that's when everyone will be in line with the will of Hashem and serve him. Now, this idea that HaKadosh Baruch Hu complains to a person, when they complains about a person who doesn't await Mashiach, comes in the following medrash. Sh'amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu le'tzadikim. Hashem says to the righteous, Lo yatha asisem, it is not good that which you have done. Shechibavtem l'Torasi, you have shown love for my Torah, v'lo chavisem l'malchusi, but you have not embraced or showed love for my kingdom. That means, as the Chavetz Chaim says, what does this mean? You have embraced my Torah, not embraced my kingdom. That means to say that HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to the righteous, if I embrace the Torah, they've embraced it. Nonetheless, it's possible that you can embrace the Torah, but still and have a certain complacency about how life is, the way life is. I mean, if you embrace Torah, that definitely enhances one's life. That is the ultimate service of Hashem. But at the same time, a person who really cares about Hashem's kingdom, about Hashem's honor, wants Mashiach to come, because that's when it will be clear that Hashem is king, and everyone will fall in line with Hashem's will. And therefore, Harei afilu tzadikim hamachaven haTorah, even the righteous who embrace and show love for the Torah, darshu mehem atzipili Yeshua, God demands from them awaiting the coming of Mashiach. The coming of Mashiach is what's going to enhance everything. You can live a life of Torah, but without Mashiach, there is something greatly lacking, and that is the clear recognition of Hashem's presence and rulership of the world. And therefore, even a person who's righteous, who has embraced Torah, Hashem complains to them. Hashem has complaints against them if they have shown love for the Torah, but have not showed the love, the embracing, the anticipating of the revelation of Hashem's kingdom in all its glory. Then he says, when we await the coming of Mashiach, that brings the redemption closer. And he cites Yalkut Eicha. Yalkut Shimoni is a compilation of different midrashim. And there it says, B'shas Churban Habayis, at the time of the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash. The midrashim say that when the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, the souls of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov tried to advocate on behalf of the Jewish people for mercy. So the Medrash says that at the time of the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash, Amar Yitzchak Avinu Lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, our forefather Yitzchak, Isaac, said before God, Rebbeinu Shalom, the Master of the universe, Shamein Chazar Lamanim, is it possible the children will never return? V'heishav HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Hashem responded, Al Taimakach, don't say so. There's a generation that will await, that will be awaiting, be anticipating my kingdom, and they will immediately be redeemed. So I can't tell you I fully comprehend the whole meaning of this medrash. The medrash sounds like the wording itself implies that when there'll be a generation that will hope for Mashiach, that will be the time when they'll be redeemed. Mashiach will come then. The Chavetz Chaim is using this medrash to show that anticipating, hoping for the coming of Mashiach, awaiting his coming, brings it closer. Just as the medrash there says, when Yitzchak Avinu says, is it possible to never return? Hashem says a generation that will await my kingdom, meaning the coming of Mashiach, that will be the generation that will be redeemed. He is using, it seems that the Chavetz Chaim is using it in a little bit more of a general way, not just specifically about a generation that awaits. I mean, you see from this concept, from this idea, that awaiting Mashiach brings Mashiach closer. So again, we see the importance of awaiting Mashiach. It brings the redemption a step closer. And then he says that he focuses on the word, on what we said before. The Gemara, the Talmud in Shabbos said, Tzipisa Yeshua, which means to await the salvation. Now, the Chavetz Chaim is focusing on that word tzipia. There are a number of words used for awaiting. We actually, in the Ani Mamin, we say, even if he delays, I will wait for him. We mentioned the pasuk in Chavakuk. Pasuk said, if the redemption delays, chakei, wait. Here, Chazal uses the word tzipisa. And the Chavetz Chaim says that the word tzipisa comes from the word sofeh, which means to look out. And he explains that what's being alluded to here in this wording is shalashon tzipiyahu kamay hatzofa. The word tzipiyah is like a tzofa. Tzofa means a lookout. Sho'eim b'makom gavoya. He stands at a high place. And he is focused on seeing if anything new is going to be happening. He's looking out for something. He's looking out for something that may be stirring, something may be happening. So too, so too, a person should be waiting for the coming of the kingdom of heaven to be revealed soon in our days. But it's like we should be like a lookout. We're waiting. We're staying there with binoculars and waiting to see if something's coming. That is what it means to await Mashiach, says the Chavetz Chaim. That we're standing there and we're looking out and we're waiting for something to happen. We're looking out for something to happen. That's what it means to await the coming of Mashiach. It's a little bit more than just, thinking about it, hoping about it in your heart. It's something active. Now, again, we don't have that. We're not using the binoculars to see if Mashiach is coming. But clearly, it's something that is more active. It's something that's more intense. When you're a lookout and you're waiting and you're looking out for something, that's a much more intense form of awaiting something. And therefore, that, says the Chavetz Chaim, is how we await the coming of Mashiach. And the more that we can get closer to that, the more we work towards our awaiting Mashiach, like in that way, this is something that will bring, as the Chavetz Chaim says, that will bring the redemption even closer. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful Shabbos.